guys, welcome to this YouTube channel where hedging peso matters. So for today's topic, pag-uusapan natin dividends. Now first of all, ano ba itong dividend or what is a dividend? So a dividend is a distribution of a portion of a company's earnings decided by the board of directors paid to a class of its shareholders. Now if you'll notice, we have two parties here, the board of directors and shareholders. Now, for us to further understand, the declaration of dividends usually happens during a stockholders meeting or a shareholders meeting. So, kalimitan annual dito kasi a meeting or a shareholders meeting, stockholders meeting is categorized into two, either a regular or a special meeting. Pag regular, annually, ginagawa natin or ginagawa ng mga stockholders, ito nagbi-meet sila, and the declaration of dividends is upon the call or upon the decision of the board of directors. So ito yung isa sa party doon sa nakita nating definition. Now, such declaration of the board of directors would be for the benefit of the shareholders. So the shareholders, depending on the number of shares they have, of course, ganun kalaki yung dividends na makukuha nila. So, a company's net profit, ito yung pinaka-important na factor para mag-declare ng dividends. So, in my previous video with respect to fundamental analysis, I tackled their retained earnings. Ito po yung mga sobra. Alright? Diba? We have, I keep on mentioning, I keep on reiterating that the net assets or the total assets must be bigger than the total liabilities. So kapag may sobra, may excess, we have this what we call retained earnings. And from the retained earnings, the dividends are being derived from. It is from the retained earnings. So, kapag pagka nagkaroon ng deficit or walang profit, walang net profit yung company or break even lang, walang dividends na i-declare. So, hindi sila compelled, they're not compelled to declare dividends kasi it's upon their business decisions kung magde-declare ba sila ng dividend or hindi. Now, ngayon, alamin naman natin what are the industries in the stock market that usually declares dividends. Right? So here it is. So we have the oil and gas, bank and financial, healthcare and pharmaceuticals, as well as utilities. So bigay ako ng example for each. Oil and gas like Petron Corporation, Philippines Shell, Phoenix, right? Phoenix Petroleum Philippines. Yan, nag-declare sila ng dividends. So as to the date when they declare dividends would vary from one company to another. So it depends on them, it depends on their call. Now, banks and financial, of course, pinakasikat, BDO. We also have the Metro Bank, Security Bank, they declare dividends. Now, healthcare and pharmaceuticals, I think Aboitiz, if I'm not mistaken, they're also declaring dividends. Utilities, we have Tel and Meralco. Tel, PLDT, yan, they declare yan sila ng dividends. We must also remember that hindi ibig sabihin ng dividends, it always pertain to money, hindi laging pera. Why? Because there are instances wherein a company could either declare a kind of dividend which is stock or pwedeng property, pwede rin cash. But usually, makikita natin dito, malimit na cash ang dinedeclare. Alright? So, ito po yung kung kailan nila bibigay, date of payment. Like, for example, sa Ayala Corporation, it's gonna be on May 5, 2018. Alright? So, yan po. I'll be discussing this ex-dividend date, record date and payment date on a separate video, as well as dividend yield, kung paano natin malalaman yung the dividend price that has to be multiplied with the shares that we have. Yun po yung dividends na makukuha natin. So, if you like this video or if you find this video informative, give it a thumbs up. And I hope to see you soon in the next video. Thank you. You might also would want to check my other videos. Here it is.